Just you, right?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 11 of Box of Topics. Because you never know what you're going to get.
11. Wow. We are in the numbers.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So, what's the hot topic of the day?
well, that sounds actually kind of funny. Like how Sesame Street was with their whole, like, what's the number or letter of the day? Oh, boy. But shows were always entertaining, in all honesty. I'd actually be paying attention to those. I think there was one time I went to school, like, hey guys, the number of the day is. They really
Oh,
looked at
Sesame
me.
Street?
Uh,
Yeah, Sesame Street was it.
oh, of course, of course.
Ooh.
You know what? There it is. That'll be it. Who's your favorite Sesame Street monster?
Abby Cadabby. And before Abby, well, Abby is new. Before Abby Cadabby, my favorite character was Cookie Monster. And before Cookie Monster, it was Bert and Ernie.
I understand Bert and Ernie. Yeah, I was more of an Ernie fan than Bert, but I did enjoy both of them, especially like. And whenever I do have a favorite character, I like to mimic them as well. So I know how to do the Ernie laugh because it was so funny to me. And then it's all rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time lots of fun. Like, oh yeah, fun character. But
Yeah. I mean, I
that's
like Elmo because y'all liked Elmo, and then I like Big Bird because your sister liked Big Bird. But definitely, Bert and Ernie for me was it when I was little. I used to mimic Bert and Ernie all the time, and especially Ernie's laugh.
oh my god,
I
yeah.
used to do that all the time. Let me see who else, and that's pretty much it. And then C is for cookie,
That's
that's
good
good
enough
enough
for
for
me.
me.
C
C
is
is
for
for
cookie.
cookie,
That's
that's
good
good
enough
enough
for
for me.
me.
Oh,
Cookie,
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 cookie starts
starts
with
with
C.
C.
Yes.
Yeah, Cookie Monster was it.
Oh my god, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then so Elmo was cute. I enjoy Elmo because man, you was the Elmo baby, but Abby Cadabby, oh my god, that was just like where has she been my whole life?
Mm,
I love me some Abby Cadabby.
yeah.
Yes, so that's my cookie. I mean my Cookie Monsters. That's my Muppet. Well, no, not Muppet, because Muppet and Sesame
Muppets are a
Street is
whole
different.
different thing,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ooh, Muppets. Ooh, Miss Piggy is it.
Mm.
Ah, she is it. Yes, she's the boss. Love her. And then who else I like for I mean Muppets. I like Kermit. Kermit was like my first. But then Kermit came on Sesame Street.
Yeah, he was on there a few times.
Yeah, and that's where I fell in love with Kermit. And then when they came out with the Muppets, then it was like, holy crap. And there's so many of the Muppets. Oh, I mean, it's easier to list the ones I don't like.
Ah, yeah, yeah. You know,
And it's not even don't like. It's just like
couldn't
just
care for.
no, not even don't care for it. Just like not my favorites.
Yeah.
But I mean, everybody Fozzie Bear. Oh
Waka
my,
waka.
oh god, I
Yeah.
love Fozzie Bear. Let's see, Miss Piggy, Kermit, the chef,
Oh,
uh,
yeah.
Beaker.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh
I
my
enjoyed
god.
him.
Uh, who else? Oh, the two old guys.
Yes, them two. Those were my favorites because they'd always be cracking jokes on people talking about seems like they've fallen and can't get up. I guess they'd be able to get up better if they wasn't so old. Like what? Oh my god! Like y'all can't keep getting away with this.
And the time would they always heckle Fozzie Bear? I think so. But I remember the one episode where they was heckling Fozzie. He was trying to do his jokes, and they just kept on cutting into him. That was funny. Ooh, and Groucho. Is it Groucho? No.
I don't remember one with
Oh
chickens.
my God. Yes, it's him and the chickens. Oh my God. And he
I,
just loved the chickens, his ladies. Yes.
I'm gonna have to look back at the Muppets. Yeah.
Yes. That's I've been watching Muppets since forever.
Which is fair. They are very entertaining.
Yes. Yes, in the band that has I can't remember what the guy's name is. The one he always it's not Caveman. I don't think it's Caveman. But yeah, the band, and then the girl who's super smooth with the long hair. She was like, "Hey, dude." Yeah. Which I can't. I don't remember their names, but
I
I'm sure
really
it's
gotta
easy to
look
look them
back.
up.
I gotta look back at the Muppets. I don't
Yes,
remember the
I
full cast.
love the Muppets. Where Sesame Street was like super cool when you was a kid, but Muppets is Lifetime. It was more grown up. So yeah, yeah.
I've evolved past Sesame Street. I'm a big kid now. I'm a Muppets kid.
Exactly. That's what
Yeah.
you stepped up to. It was like going from being in diapers to being on the potty. Like, hey, you evolved to
You
something.
know, I don't need to wear my bathroom. I go to it like a man.
Woo!
But all right. I know a lot of my favorites, uh, definitely early on was Elmo. Because fair enough. Yeah, his whole like everybody had their things. He had his whole different section of the show. Like, oh no, no, now it's time for Elmo's World. Oh, okay.
Hey,
So
Elmo was super popular.
oh
Super
yeah,
popular.
and had a whole bunch of stuff. He had a whole bunch of people to hang out with. His fish that lasted way longer than everyone else's fish.
Everybody else's fish.
Yeah,
What was that fish name again?
Dorothy.
Dorothy. Okay, yeah.
Yep, and then Mr. Noodle.
Dorothy.
That
Yeah.
man got a new Mr. Noodle like every year or so.
Well, the first original Mr. Noodle, he went on to do movies.
Mhm.
So I don't know why they kept switching out the Mr. I don't know if all of them kept doing movies or whatever. But yeah, the other Mr. Noodle, he was actually in one of the Jurassic Parks.
Yeah, like I remember at some point, like I remember the one Mr. Noodle who was like kind of like bald up the center, kind of. And after him came another Mr. Noodle, Mr. Noodle's brother, Mr. Noodle. And then after that Mr. Noodle came Mrs. Noodle.
Oh,
Yeah, there was a female noodle.
oh,
Yeah.
shocker.
Oh, I was shocked too. Like, whoa, there's a whole family back there.
You know what really shocked me? I was watching Sesame Street, and it was because you know if you got HBO, you can watch all the seasons,
Yeah, from one
all the way up
to
to
modern.
yeah. So I think they are in their 50th season by now. I don't know. It's a lot. But I was watching one of the shows and they was talking about somebody had passed. And I was like, they talked about that on Sesame Street?
Oh yeah, Sesame Street. They're able to talk about a whole lot of stuff. There was one time I remember, not Sesame Street, Elmo. At this point, what's the difference? That's Mr. Sesame Street right there. But he was talking to some little girl and whatever. He was like, "Some yeah, this lady has autism." I was like, "Oh, y'all get to talk about that." And
So they talk about real stuff,
yeah,
huh?
they
I,
actually.
you know, I never caught any of that. Like even watching it myself as a kid, which it probably just went over my head then.
Mhm.
But then, like, I would watch it with y'all when y'all was little. Them episodes, I must have missed them each
Because
time.
they will talk about certain things like that, and I've even noticed the ones where it's like, if someone's not feeling well or they'll be upset, and they're like, "Hey, it's okay to talk about your feelings, this, that, and the other. If you're feeling this type of way, it's okay to talk about it." And the one conflict that is, I think it's still ongoing, but I wonder if they're ever going to resolve it, is Elmo and Zoe's rock. Because yeah, I don't know if you know, but Zoe, the kind of like oranges one, yeah, she has a friend pet rock named Rocco
Oh,
that
okay.
she tends to always put over Elmo in a lot of cases. Like they'll be sharing food or whatever, and then like cookies, and then Elmo will be like, "Well, can I have one?" And be like, "Oh, we would, but the last cookie went to Rocco." And when I tell you, Elmo would be,
That's funny.
Rocco can't eat the cookies, Zoe. No, of course he can't, Elmo. No, no, Rocco's just a rock. That man will start losing his mind because he's like, but it's a rock. It's an inanimate object. I have Elmo's world, and I can even see that That's some bull.
That's
So,
funny. Wow.
yeah, so I wonder if they're ever gonna fix that, or if Elmo's just gonna. You know what I think of Rocco?
He'll never do that. On Sesame Street? No, that'll never happen.
You say this now.
I doubt it. I don't know.
Elmo has a temper. I've learned.
You never know, though. I mean, so many things are different. Like, I remember when I was a kid, they had Sabrina the Teenage Witch. It was a cartoon. And it was like super cool. You know, everybody was friendly and nice.
I can't remember that.
But the live show that they came out with recently, I mean, she's like the daughter of the devil, and they worship the devil, and they be doing all this stuff. I was just like, whoa! I mean, dang! I don't think that's the way the person who. And the same thing with Archie and Jughead. They call it Riverdale, and they made that show like super dark and morbid. And
they did the same thing with the Looney Tunes. 1 minute, Bugs Bunny hopping around having a nice time talking about what's up, Doc. And the next thing you know, they're all in black and gloomy, and they're all in like Gotham City having to beat up crooks. And I'm like, what is this?
Good Lord.
It did fail after like one season, and they went right back to Happy Go Lucky. But like a lot of times they experiment with those things, and at some point I'd be so, hey there, son, what you watching? I'm watching Sesame Street, Dad. Well, that's cool. What is the count doing? Oh, she's just making a deal with a friend. So I have one gun. Turn this off. Click.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, 50 years from now, you never know. It could be Sesame Street could go downhill. It depends on who takes over it, who runs it. Yeah, all that. Yeah, because look at Disney. Disney is definitely. Oh my God, if Walt Disney could.
See what
happened to his Disney. Ooh, he would roll over. He would be spinning in his grave.
Man would turn into a 360 rotating hertz.
Ooh, he would be like, no.
Turn into a missile, a torpedo.
Yes, he would lose it. He'd just be like, this is not my dream.
What is Mickey Mouse doing? I'm Mickey.
Not only that. Because
he
didn't care for color. He liked color, but he didn't care for color. Yeah, that.
So if you pull off that Mickey Mouse hat, and that person didn't replicate Mickey Mouse.
Not only that, the movies that's out. Ooh, it's too much color in Marvel movies. Oh, and then the same sex couples in Disney. Oh my God. Oof. Yeah, Walt would be like,
why is Daisy and Minnie holding hands? They're friends. Yeah.
Yeah,
Walt would be so mad.
Mm-hmm.
While we're just sitting there, I don't understand the problem. Me neither. Stop it.
Yeah. Oh, he would. Ooh. That'd definitely be a no.
But I could definitely say my favorite, I'm gonna start with Sesame Street. My favorite Sesame Street characters started with Elmo. I of course really do like Oscar the Grouch. I like him. Funny enough. Of course, this little friend Wormy. Having a worm like an earthworm be a spaceman, brilliant. Whoever came up with that, hats off to you, because that was like, oh yeah, if he can do it, I want to do it. On top of that, while my sister like Big Bird, I like Snuffy. Good old Snuffleupagus. Man, that's such a good name. What? And he always be so chill. Well, Bird just, oh, hey Snuffy, how you doing? Hi, Bird. And it was so funny the whole time. Bert was trying to, Big Bird, he was trying to tell everyone that Snuffleupagus is real. And nobody believed him. And I think that was also another thing where they was like covering like, what was that, schizophrenia or something like that? I don't know.
No, that was just supposed to be his imaginary friend that only he could see. But they they got rid of Snuffy because of that. Because they don't want kids to not be believed. Yeah. So they got rid of Snuffy. I'm like, Well, how come we just couldn't make Snuffy real? Wow,
You
what we
know,
had to
like
get rid of?
instead of getting rid of him, you could just
Right.
make him
They
real
just
because
he
everyone believes him.
yeah.
Like,
And then when they just been like, oh, Big Bird, and then one day Big Bird would just be like, hey, no, Snuffy is real. I'm telling you, you have to listen to me. He just get everybody together. And then he'd be like, if you believe, then you would see Snuffy too. And then everybody be like, okay, we believe. We
and then that's when
believe.
Snuffle went, hi,
And then all of a
bird.
sudden, Snuffy would just
Snuffleupagus!
right. He would just appear and be real. Like, how dare you? The
Which,
audacity.
which of course, some parents will try to blame that. Oh, because of Sesame Street's episode, now my child's all crazy and blah, 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 blah.
There's always somebody looking to blame something or the other.
Like, hug your
Most
kid
of the
more.
time, it be for monetary reasons. Kills me how people be so offended over something, but they don't like to be offended for free.
You know, or take the blame themselves.
Oh no, never,
Yeah,
no.
I could never poison my own child.
Mm-mm.
But that video game
Yeah,
is the root of all evil.
exactly. So yeah.
It's not me not hugging my child that did that. How could you?
Right.
But outside of him, I also, of course, really love the Count. Man, that is a really cool character. It's just, and then like that's like the only vampire I've seen in early times that didn't get hurt by the sun. I mean, outside of Edward, but but yeah, like he was just so cool, and then like his piano sung with him, whatever the number of the day was, that's what he play up to. And I'm 1, 2, 3. I'm like, yo, that's so cool, and he's just sitting there chilling, having a nice time, and then like his laugh as well, like everything about him, the monocle, the cape, it was just all so cool, really cool character. Love that guy.
I used to think that Count from Sesame Street and Count Chocula was the same one.
No, I could tell the difference because
When
one of
you're
them has a round head and it's purple, and the other one looks like Adam Sandler.
oh well, when you're 5, it's hard to tell. But yeah, I
I'm
thought
telling
it
you,
was the
look
same
at
character.
look up Count Chocula, and then look up Adam Sandler's Transylvania. Same guy.
Oh yeah, that one, yeah. But I thought you were talking about him in general, like,
What do you
okay.
think they based the head on?
Yeah,
What?
I know, but they do. They do.
Blah
look
blah
alike.
blah.
I love that movie too.
I do not say blah blah blah. Oh, you just did. But what's another Sesame Street character of mine that I really love? Grover as well. I enjoyed Grover, especially once he
Grover's-
became Super Grover.
Yeah, Grover is cool.
Man, that's man. Uh, the I forget her name, but I know like she's blue and she speaks a lot of Spanish.
That's what I thought Zoe was.
Yeah, no, Zoe's the orange one with the dress, but I forget her name. But
Rosetta?
I think her name might be Rosetta.
And I'm saying that because Rosetta Stone, that's like the Spanish learner. And it just popped in my head. Like, is her name Rosetta?
It could be. That does feel like it rings a bell. And in all honesty, like usually like people will like pair people together like Bert and Ernie, like, oh clearly they're a whole thing, which that's fun. But with me, second I saw that Zoe was acting all odd, I was like, yeah, just put Elmo and Rosetta together. Like that's gonna be a fun go. You don't need Zoe or Rocco. You got her. You could have Elmo's world. She'd be talking Spanish. Y'all teach people together. That'd be a fun time.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And then light blue and red, that goes together.
Well, red goes with anything.
Yeah.
That's one of those colors where red does actually go with anything. Just like black, just like white. What's another color that goes with just anything?
For my experience, sometimes pink. I don't know how, but sometimes it does.
Maybe pink. I think, yeah, maybe so.
It's
It
like the
could,
Y
though.
of colors.
It's gotta be the right pink though. It can't be.
Yeah, it can
like,
be any pink, but like,
yeah. Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, like a hot pink that
Mm.
would go with anything.
mm,
Yeah,
yeah, it's interesting.
definitely. But yeah, there are certain colors that just go with anything. Like silver goes with anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Silver, black, white, hot pink. We just said hot pink and red. Did I say red already?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so. Yeah.
because red definitely it goes with there's no color that red does not go with.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's a few colors that you can't just put anything with. It's like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But I think that might be it for all of my.
Sesame Street characters.
Might be, might be.
Might be.
But
Could be.
could be. Maybe more others. But for the most part, those are definitely the ones that stick out to me. On the Muppet side, of course, Kermit, of course, Beaker, Chef, the other scientist that works with Beaker. Um, Miss Piggy's always cool. The other dude, I forget his name. He's like the Grover of the Muppets.
That's the one I'm talking about. And I think his name is. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah.
I forget, but he got the curved nose.
The curved nose.
Yeah. I almost said it too, but yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up. But yep, he is the Muppet version of Grover. Yeah.
Yeah, which I know those two will get along so well.
Oh man.
Yeah. Of course, we already said the two old guys, like always cracking on people for no reason. And all honesty, I don't even know if there is like a Sesame Street or Muppets character I don't like per se. Well, outside of Zoe, but I mean that's only because she be upsetting Elmo.
She be upsetting Elmo.
Exactly. Girl, if you don't get on somewhere. Outside of that, I can't think of a Muppets character I don't like either because they're all so fun. They have their own personalities and everything. And especially when the Muppets and the Sesame Street characters come together, those always be the most hilarious things ever. Like, there was one where I saw Kermit and Cookie Monster talking. And this man Kermit was trying to talk about the letter C or some letter. I think it was the letter M, one of the two. And while he was trying to talk about the letter, here comes Cookie Monster, just biting the crap out of it, just eating the whole letter. He's just, alright. And then as he's just trying to talk, he's still eating the letter. He's like, you know what? I think I'm starting to feel a little mad. No, when I get mad, I talk about things I don't like some monster eating something he shouldn't eat. You can still understand, by the way, I talked to this monster. You big like immediately just started yelling at him and everything. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like old Sesame Street is a whole different ballgame.
Oh, for sure.
Because that man called him some big dumb monster or whatever. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The old school Sesame Street is a little more aggressive than new Sesame Street.
Say he was gonna tell his mother on him. I was like, oh my.
Yeah.
Cookie Monster just sitting there, no, not my mommy.
And that was like Electric Company. Like Sesame Street was like kiddie type, and Electric Company was a little more hip. They had a little more beat. Like, okay. Yeah, Electric Company. I remember that. Do you know Morgan Freeman was on the Electric Company?
I wouldn't be able to tell you. I've never seen the old one. I've only ever seen the more kiddie new one.
Yeah, the Electric Company, it was like, it was just like Sesame Street, but like I said, it's a little more hipper. And Morgan Freeman would be on there, and he'd be the one talking about the letters. And he'd be saying it in a cool way. He'd always have on this little, it was a bell-bottom suit, and he'd have on sunglasses. Yeah, he was a cool dude on Electric Company.
Which, I mean, makes sense. It is Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman is cool.
Woo! Yeah, he's always, every time I've seen him, he always play a cool role. Oh,
cool role. Yeah, every time.
Yeah, so it was like, okay. Yeah, so ain't nothing wrong with being a cool dude everywhere. I wouldn't mind that label.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There do be those times where it's like you ever have those few like actors or actors where it's like you're watching a movie, but like once you see them get hurt, you're like, no, not that character.
Yeah. I hate when my favorite character or something like that gets killed off.
Oh my God.
You just be like, why?
I'm out of here.
You don't take the butthole. No, you take the good character. Like, come on.
Like you're watching, like that's how I felt when I was watching Transformers. Because there was one time, it was one of those Transformers where, you know, that dude Sentinel Prime popped up, and that man like betrayed all the Autobots or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well that's upsetting. You know, as long as they take care of this guy quick, that'll be fine. You know, next thing I know, this man just rips apart Ironhide.
Oh yeah, yeah. The bad ones, boy, they live forever. What's name even said it? In the movie, he was like, "Why does the bad guys always have the better stuff? Like, come on,
And then,
why?"
and then it'd be those same movies, right, where you got some mythical creature or some alien or something, and then immediately humanity's like, fire first, ask questions later. Even if they're on the good side, they'll be, no, wait, we're on your side. We're trying to defend the planet from some evil alien. Mm-hmm.
We talked about that.
Yeah, but
Yes.
I tell you, when those random people came out of nowhere and started firing on Bumblebee, that, that even though it was a movie, I would have immediately, I'm gonna train my own people.
In the movies, though, they always do it the opposite. If it's a good alien race coming to be helpful or save us and all that, everybody's aggressive towards them. But the ones who is out to do us no good, they always be so friendly and try to be nice to them. And then then you see the people being evaporated or destroyed on TV, and everybody be like, oh, all shocked, and they be running and all that, trying to get away. And yeah, so they keep it like that. Just always,
Is it
and
for shock?
at first everybody be running and scared and all that first, and then after humanity is almost completely obliterated, then they come up with a plan to fight back and win. But when the aliens are friendly, then they be aggressive and be attacking the aliens and locking them up and treating them bad and all that. And the aliens be like, "Hey, we just here to try to help."
That's
And
cool. That's cool. Keep
yeah,
working.
right. They be like, "Yeah, sure, we don't believe you." And then they be, all
That's
aggressive.
that's so weird. It's like it always be the ones where they don't even look that bad, and then they try to, hey, we're here to help. Versus the ones that are clearly nightmare fuel. Like you'll have Sonic and friends. We're just trying to help. Tails the fox. We're just shoot them. But then you got the aliens, like the xenomorphs, pop up. Not even speaking English. Maybe they're friendly. And now your whole hand out. Oh, like, wait, what you think was gonna?
They always do that. They always do that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be weary of all aliens. I don't care if you say you're friendly or you're not friendly. Whatever you are, I'm gonna be weary of all aliens. So when y'all get here, no, no offense. I ain't trying to be mean, but I'm gonna stay away. I'm gonna see how long it takes for your agenda to pop up. Cause bad stuff can't stay under wraps forever. That's what I say about crazy too. Crazy can't stay undercover for too long. It works its way out. So just be patient, sit back, and see what happens.
And if anyone's curious, it's like having the fun analogy of put soda in a water bottle. Screw that boy close. After a minute, if you don't let it out, don't actually do that. I'm telling you, I've seen horrifying bad things happen to good people. This is not a joke. I'm serious. I'm one of those good people that the bad thing happened to.
You so silly.
I forgot about my soda in the fridge, and I was like, why did it blow up so much? Where'd it go?
I've had that happen. I've had that happen where the top blew off, and it wasn't even popping. It was something else. It was just a regular drink, and it still blew off. Yeah, and I was like, okay.
I was glad that didn't hit nobody.
Man, or hit me.
I don't want to go to
Woo. Screw that. Screw hitting somebody. Hit me. Or hit me in the eye or something like that. That type of force? Oh, that'd be the worst.
You'd just be sitting there, hey, welcome to the next episode. I have an eye patch.
Yeah. Somebody, if hitting somebody else, you can be like, oh, my bad. I didn't know it was going to do it. But it hit you from that distance? Oh.
Close range?
Woo. Oh, no. It's bad. It's all bad.
Very.
Yes.
But yeah, definitely enjoy those fun little characters.
Well, I mean, every little character is always cool. I've always had characters over the years, cartoon characters, that I've loved, still do to this
Hmm.
day. Like, and then you think you got your complete set, and then a new movie come out, and then you just be like,
Ooh,
oh, yes,
another one to add.
yes. So it never be anything where you can just be like, okay, that's it, not no more. Because shoot, one of my recent ones is just Olaf. I just love Olaf so much
I understand that.
because he's so innocent.
Hmm.
He's not gullible. He's smart,
Oh yeah, very.
but
Yeah.
he's very innocent. It's just stuff that he just don't understand. It just be like, it's so cute.
Especially like his little song that he's just singing about summer.
Yes, he can't
Yeah.
wait for some.
Summer's a good place to warm up and cuddle. Put me in summer and I'll be a stops, stares at a puddle. Happy snowman runs right over it. Somebody has to tell him.
She was like, I'm gonna tell him,
Don't
don't
you
you
dare.
dare. Oh, I love that.
You
Yeah.
know, because it's like, dog. And then, like, once he actually got there, he was like, oh my God, it's summer. This is the happiest day of my life. And quite possibly my last. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yes. Oh, and then my other favorite part is when he was like, "Hey, we was just talking about you.
All good
All
things.
good
All good
things.
things.
All good things."
That's another one of those movie quotes I use in my day-to-day life.
Oh yeah.
Every single time I'll be talking about a friend. And a lot of times it do be all good things. And then next thing you know, oh hey.
Yeah. I love that part. He was-
Guys, we totally lost Marshmallow back there. Oh hey.
Love that part. Oh, and then my other part, and then I use this one in my daily. Is he gonna knock?
Do you think he knows
You
how to
think
knock?
he's gonna knock? Maybe he
What
forgot
else?
how to knock.
I'm
Oh,
just
I
not.
love it.
You
I
know,
just not funny. Right.
yeah, that man. I
Love
enjoy
me some
those.
Olaf. I swear.
I,
Yes.
I
I could
can.
watch. I could watch a Olaf show all day, every day.
That's how I felt when they came out with that Baymax show.
Oh, Baymax was cool.
Yeah, there's a
He's
whole
super cool.
show of him just going out helping people, and I'm like, oh, that's nice. It's really like I already watched like the first episode. Really enjoyed it.
Mm.
Speaking of first episodes, I'm a binge watch Loki. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna happen.
Mm-mm.
So many shows where I watched the first episode and I gotta continue.
You one of those? You'll
I,
start off and then you just drop off?
I didn't even mean to. It wasn't even on purpose. It's not even like I was like, that's enough for me. No, I just went on to something else, and the next thing I know, I'm like, did I not finish that show? Oh my God.
Yeah. I'll be watching the show and then that's why I don't like commercials. Because I'll be watching the show and if a commercial come on for something else, it's like boom, bah, bah, all exciting. I'll be like, oh. So then I'll go to it with the purpose of just putting it on my wish list or watch list or that. And then the next thing you know, I'm 3 shows in. And be like, dang it. Oh, and then I'll forget what was the last show I was watching. So I can't remember where to go back to. Terrible.
Yeah, that's how I feel when like with some of those animes or whatever, where they be having like multiple episodes. Like there's this one of the older ones called One Piece. That one of my friends was like, "Oh, you could easily watch and catch up." I'm like, "Okay." How many episodes is it? Like 20, maybe 30, maybe 100. I could do that. No, 1,000.
I was gonna say One Piece been on for a long. I remember seeing commercials for One Piece and all that stuff back when y'all was watching. Well, not y'all, because you wasn't here yet when we started with the Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball. Yes, the One Piece been on for a long time.
I'm
Hasn't
just
it?
sitting on like 1,000. My
What's
dude,
that like? 10 episodes or something like that?
no,
How many seasons?
I don't know.
That's a lot.
All I know is 1,000.
Yeah.
like 999, and I still have to keep going 1,000. Because there was another anime I watched where I got up to like episode 400 or something, and I got lost, and I couldn't even tell you where I was. So no, I'm not. I
You're not doing
refuse.
1,000.
No,
Oh wow.
no. I'll do anything else.
Well, I'm sure 1,000 sounds like a lot until you get like at 500, and I'm quite sure it's probably like, oh, it ain't that bad.
Yeah, no.
Oh, your face like, yeah, no, I'm not buying into
Because
that.
I'm not, especially if every episode is something like 20 to 30 minutes. Like, dog, no.
Ooh, I know. I've but it's some stuff like Game of Thrones. Each episode was over an hour, and then it's 8 per season, and then you just be like, wow, that's a lot. Like if you miss it, I think I started watching Game of Thrones. I started watching it near the first season, but I can tell you this: if I would have missed all the seasons, and maybe it got to like the third or fourth, I'd be like, no, sorry, because that's 8 hours per season, minimum 8. Because some of them episodes are longer than longer than hours. So it's minimum 8 hours per season, and now we talking about 8 seasons. 8 times 8, that's 64 hours. Yeah, I've been like, no thanks. So I feel you on the One Piece thing.
Wait, don't you mean 16 hours?
8 times 8 is 64. 8 times 8, not 8 plus 8.
Oh.
Ooh,
How about say like what?
Stop it. You showing off you. Stop it.
Nah, yeah, that's where I got it, because the plus.
You heard the 8.
Like it didn't turn into an X. It was still a T.
You didn't saw a T. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's cool. We'll let you slide this time.
Yeah, no, that one. But yeah, that's a little.
So they each 30 minutes. Did you say each episode 30 minutes?
I don't know.
I was gonna say if it's 30 minutes, then that means that's 500 hours of TV shows that you. And 500 hours, if you're trying to watch it, let's just say if you watch, it's impossible to watch something 24 hours a day. But if you did it maybe 10 hours a day, so that's 50 days that you'd have to watch to get the 500 hours.
Yeah, no.
That's, 50 days. That's only a third, not less than a third of a year. That's only like, what, 25% of a year? Less than 25.
I don't have 10 hours to spend on a TV show. And it's just the one thing, like, nah, because then there's like family, friends, the casual times of me going, I'm hungry.
Really? It seems like y'all be on that video game for 10 hours a day. You sure?
I socialize for more than 10 hours a day. So, like, that's cut into my socialization.
I don't know.
Just sitting there, just starting to get an eye cramp. Like, no.
Eye cramp. That's funny. Oh, Lord. Eye cramp.
The only thing I was able to do was like I know the characters. That's one of the things I tend to do. Like when it comes to one of those old shows, I know the characters, and then I saw like one of the more recent movies, and that's all I really need to see. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah.
You know what I was wondering? Do we need to have a time slot? Is that something we need to do now or something we do later, like when we get popular?
Probably.
Probably later when you get popular.
Yeah, because, right now, I mean, technically a lot of people will be like, so, nah, it's a big deal. You need to make sure. But, like, I mean, at the moment, it's a lot of experimentation, to see which is good, which one isn't.
Yeah. Well, I guess when you get popular too, though, it's just you can always release them at a certain time. I don't know. I guess there's a difference between doing like a live stream and a recorded, and then record and release.
Yeah,
Yeah, but because you be live streaming, I guess whenever you record it, just whenever you record it.
indeed.
Yes.
So that is definitely something. But hey, we'll figure it out. You know,
Yes.
I'll figure it out. One to two. Talk to some of my executives.
All right. What do you do with toxic people?
So I don't have a lot of them. I mainly hear about them because, of course, why not give me that fun? I'd be probably cracking jokes. Anywho, uh, but for the most part, um, I usually never get like a toxic person that's just toxic out the gate. It's always someone who like imprints onto you and then just goes, "Not gonna be a jerk." Like, really? Now? Okay. And a lot of times I either if they've like been there for a minute, like a good friend, I'll try to bless them. You sure this is you? You sure you don't want to talk about it? But like, so maybe you're going through something. Let's try to pivot you back to where we once knew you. Or I just kind of ignore them because it's like, okay, because I know, and I know I don't know if I still have it, but I used to definitely have the whole multiple chances thing where it's like, being toxic. I'm like, hey, let's try this again. And you're up out of your seat. Let's try this again. Stop it. Hey, get it out. But for the most part, I tend to just let them do whatever. I don't definitely now, if I was to run into someone who's toxic out the gates, like the best place I tend to run into them is like on the video game or whatever. They'll text me and give some harsh text or whatever. You suck. Never play this game again. And I'll just go, your mama, and keep it moving. Like, like I don't be taking them serious. I'm like, well, hey, what did you call me? That's a lot of harsh words. Well, in the words of my little brother, enjoy your offline vacation. All right, report it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but and then toxic people, they don't come to you off rip toxic. No, that's part of the toxicity. They gotta sneak up on you, weasel their way in, and then let you release all that negativity. They don't ever, I don't know of anybody who has been 100% negative, terrible, and somebody still befriended them like right off the bat. Only the people who just be like, oh well, I see something good in them, and they need this, that, and the other, and then they bring, that's the people that have that patience that I used to, but after 6 kids, well, even more than that, I gave birth to five, but I've mentored and honorary mothered and to many, many more, and it's like I'm at the point now where it's like, yeah, okay, my time card, click.
There's even one friend I have to this day where I'm like, I don't even know how me and him became friends because it's like I said, first impression, I thought he was a butt face. I didn't like him at all. So I'm like, how did we even get here? And then he still to this day be having some moments where I'm like, just put your neck right here, bro. I'm like, I'm getting tired.
Ah, ah. I got a friend like that. Like when I first met her, but then I was working in a department where it was a lot of stuff being said about me, and I think she like heard it, and so she didn't care for me. And the way she was acting towards me, I was like, I didn't care for her either. But I was like, it's fine because I ain't gotta be around you. And then so it turns out she ended up being moved down to the area where I was at. And not only is she a great person, but she is just so, I mean, just the best type. Like, you know, I didn't think we would even be friends, not less. Like, I mean, I would consider her to be like family. Like,
Uh,
Yeah, I would look out for her for real, for real. But yeah, it's just weird. Like
the
sometimes people,
origins.
yeah, that you think it's usually it goes that way. Like the people that you least expect end up being like the best friend ever. And then the people that you think is gonna be your lifetime buddy.
It's gonna be your worst enemy. I got one like that too. Like I had this friend of mine who I kind of looked up to in high school, whatever. You know, was cool. You know, he'd be doing a whole bunch of like crazy stuff. And then now, fast forward, I do not care for the dude at all. At some point, he texts me too, like, "Hey man, you trying to support me doing this little bakery thing?" And I'm like, "Screw you and your goddamn cupcakes. Don't text me." You know, like I don't want to hear from you. It's just so crazy how quick those things. Or like one of my first friends in school was real cool. Nowadays, eh.
Man, they must be some type of terrible because one of the things that I don't like about you, and it's very little that I don't like, but I don't like how you are so forgiving. It just be sometimes people do stuff and you just be like, it's okay. I gave him another chance. I'll be like,
You know, shove their head through the
why?
freaking grinder.
Man, you just be like, oh, it's okay. I just be like, no, it's not. Burn them. Throw them in the volcano. But you just be like, oh, it's okay. And I just be like, oh, okay.
Which I will say that multi chances thing has now went into two separate paths, where it's either a I'll go, it's not that big of a deal, it's whatever, or I'll just be like, you can go, and and a lot of times there was at one point where like a bunch of my friends like didn't like me for some stupid thing that was made up or some stupid thing about me that wasn't true. And trust and believe, after some time, once everyone knew that I was innocent for whatever random crimes were supposed to be pitted against me, you know how many apologies I got?
Mm,
You know how many I accepted? Not that many.
not that many. I would
Because it was
imagine.
like, yeah, but you guys are so easily just over words without facts. Like, why would I? I don't trust y'all.
That part. Because it's like, okay, people be like, well, I heard this and I heard that. Then that means you don't know nothing about me. Because you know what? Somebody could tell me all type of terrible things about you. And I'll be like, then you don't know who he is then. Because,
You know, like
no.
known me for years. Like if somebody was to tell me, yeah, Devin, so we just heard your mom just ran her car into somebody's house, got out, start beating up children. Wow. So I have two questions for you. Well, three. One, how stupid do you think I am? Two, do you not realize I wasn't born yesterday? And three, you sure you got the right mom? Because even if it was my mom's secret, fourth question, what did they do? Like,
Wow.
even if this story is about her, they had to have done something. What did those kids do in particular? What did they do? Like
Right.
spit on her or something? Like
They
that's
had
the
to do something
I
because
had to.
she is the protector of the innocent and the children. So
So
if
for
she
her
was
to,
beating kids, it was because they were secret demons or something.
you
It
know,
had to be something to it. Yeah.
we go find out. Oh, it's not your mom after all.
Of
Wow,
course.
that's crazy.
I had that happen. True life. And your oldest brother was
Oh my
accused of a
god.
whole bunch of stuff. They called me,
Yes.
told me that he was doing all this stuff at school. And I was like,
Called some girl out her name, pulled out a weapon on the teacher, peed all
no,
over the
no, he
walls.
pulled the weapon out. It was supposed to be pulled the weapon on another child.
Oh, on a child.
And
Called some girl out her name, peed all over the walls, all types of crazy
in
stuff.
the bathroom sink and on the bathroom walls. And I'm like, whose child are we talking about? And it's like yours. No, you're not.
Mm-mm.
So I was like, they was like, do you want to talk to him? I'm like, sure. So then they put him on the phone. And yes, they put the right child on the phone. But I said, well, who witnessed all this? So they told me the person who witnessed it, but she just didn't happen to be there at that particular moment. So I was like, okay, well, and they had upset him because they fussing at him and all this other
Grabbing
stuff.
them.
Yeah. So I went up there and got my baby. Like, And then so I got him and I said, well, whoever it is that's his accuser will come back when she come back, which was the next day. And come to find out, when we got back, and I was like, so he was peeing on the walls on her. She was like, him? No. He talks too much. Oh, okay, now that sounds like my kid.
That's all of them.
Play around, talk too much. Yeah, social. Y'all real social creatures.
Butterflies.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, y'all always talking and all that kind of stuff to other people. I was like, okay, now that sounds like my boy. She said, no, not him. That was another kid. And all I did was I turned on my heel and was looking right at the principal and the teacher, like, and then so they was like, oh, apologizing to me. Oh, we're so sorry and all that. Yeah, that's all lovely. Don't apologize to me. Apologize to him.
Right. Antagonize the little one.
Right. So then they apologized and all that other stuff. And I said, and today I'll be taking him to get some McDonald's. He won't be in school today.
Like
he'll be back tomorrow.
And then it always be those things where it's like, I won't lie to you, because of how I know how you are, that is the only reason why I accepted a lot of people's apologies back then. Because I was saving them from you. It wasn't even, I didn't even accept it for real, but it's like I knew what would happen to them. And honestly, like, it wouldn't even be on my conscience. It's just me knowing that once I go to school the next day, they won't be there. Like them teachers or whatever. And if you do like something, Devin, you accept this apology? And in my head, I'd imagine me going, no, and you immediately grab, and that's it. Like, you just, we'll be outside.
You should let them get what they get. They deserve it. So, you ain't gotta be, no, somebody do some foolishness. Let the crime, let the punishment fit the crime.
If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. Yeah,
exactly.
Trust me. If I was how I am now, as I was back then, I'd be like not only do I not accept their apology, but seeing them here actually makes me feel frightened. That would have been my exact words, and you would have really, that would have been it. Like,
you don't have to worry. You won't see them no more.
Yeah, like, all right, let's go. We're going outside to have a little chat. No.
It'd be like, what was that show? Where the animal, the creature went in there and was attacking the guy, and it didn't go the way he thought, so he was trying to leave out, and he was crawling out, and it was snatched
Moon Knight?
Yes.
Oh my God! When that Anubis went into the bathroom, tried to beat the crap out of that guy, and then that's what he called on for Moon Knight. Man, started beating the crap out of that ancient creature. He tried crawling out the bathroom just to get dragged back in, like, dog.
That's how they would be. Yeah, I'll be like, let's step outside. Drag them. No.
Why did she get a toilet wig? And I'm just sitting there staring at the principal like, so, they have a juice box. We don't have a juice box. Mother, the principals make me feel unsafe. No. I swear
do the Lord Farquaad thing. Do the Lord Farquaad.
I'm telling you, I would.
Do the Lord Farquaad.
Some of you may die, but it is a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Yeah.
It's my album. It's like, man, be an absolute villain because I know what would be at my disposal. Especially, like, man, so many things where it just be like because it was like, I did kind of have that, but not to that extent because, I know, like, that's why a lot of times, like, I think that was one of the reasons why my siblings didn't like me when I was a kid, because I didn't immediately tell on them for anything. And some of the things I just probably make up. My siblings did it. Oh, really? No, it's him. He's lying. Why would he lie? Well,
yeah, the young one is always the innocent.
Of course. Until they become a gremlin.
Right. Yeah, you were the innocent little angel until your baby brother was born. It was like, yeah, you in the pack with the rest. Now this is the innocent angel. with the little halo.
That joke was so wildly hilarious. How like my sister, like she pulled me aside. I was like, you know, it's almost like she was like one of those bartenders, giving me some random wisdom before my journey starts. I'm just sitting there chilling, eating a pop tart. She's, this won't last forever, right? What you talking about? One of these days, mom's gonna have another one, and you'll be pushed aside like the rest of us. Liar! Mom would never do that. She'll love me forever.
Is that what she really said?
She warned me.
That's to the nah. Y'all wouldn't push this aside. Y'all are my babies. I love each and last one of y'all to the bits. Yeah, it's just y'all get older. Y'all not a baby, but you're still my baby.
And it shows.
Yes.
Man, I tell you.
I give hugs and kisses to the day I die.
I wasn't ready for her warnings. And then I didn't even see it coming either. Because, like, as a kid, I even was thinking, that's odd. I'm getting toys. And my other brothers are getting clothes. How come they're not getting toys? That's probably what they wanted from Santa. That's fine.
Oh, no. We ain't talking about my Christmas. I never bought clothes. That's one of my major rules. I would never buy y'all clothes for Christmas because you get clothes 365 days a year. Not unless it was something specific y'all wanted, like some expensive something. But clothes, no. You get that anytime. I refuse to give a gift as a gift, something that you can get anywhere at any point in time.
Here you go. Water.
Yeah, and I hate that when you get some underwear or socks or something for Christmas. Like, are you serious? Like, I was getting that anyway. That was just a waste of a present. No, I'm gonna get you the stuff that and especially when I was giving Santa the credit for y'all. I'm giving you some imaginary, oh my God, I wasn't gonna ever get this. My parents could never afford it. Oh, it must be magic to it. That's what I'm getting.
Oh my God, I wonder what Santa got me. Such a big box. I wonder what's inside. Oh my God, it's pairs of socks.
Exactly.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
no. Oh no, wait, there's something else. It's a uniform t-shirt. It's not even designer. School's coming up.
Yeah.
Thank
See?
you.
And then your nursing home is gonna be
no
thanks.
Like I remember them getting like clothes. I don't remember what it was because I was more focused on what I got.
If it was clothes, it was from somebody else. It wasn't for me. I refuse. That was one of my number one rules. I refuse. I'm gonna get y'all the stuff you wishing and dreaming for. I bought systems. I bought toys. I bought all type of electronics, headphones, whatever your dreams were. That's what I made come possible. Any other stuff, let's say we can go to freaking Walmart and get a pack of socks anytime. Are you walking around the store and you're just like, can I get these socks? Sure. Or Dollar Tree.
For Christmas.
Hey, and that's even worse. I hate when you get something for Christmas and it be the cheapest, most crappiest thing ever. It's like, oh my God. I mean, if you strap for cash, that's one thing. But you buy me some Dollar Tree socks. Okay. I'm going to be petty. I'm going to rewrap them and on Christmas next year, since they so great, that's what you're getting.
See, I'm a whole different level of petty. And I'm just saying this for future, if I ever in my days get something as stupid as a tie, a singular tie, I'm cutting that tie up. I'm giving you the pieces of that tie next year. Like, there you go. That's what I think of your gift.
I would be creative with it. I cut the tie up, stick it on some canvas, throw some paint on there. Here you go, an original.
It's my Picasso.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, man, nah.
I just don't believe in that. If I'm gonna give you a gift, I'm gonna give you something nice, because that's what I will always want. I want something nice, So I will always give something as equally, something where you'll be like, oh my God, or have a face.
Oh wow.
Yeah, where you have the surprise or the happy face. Not no. Oh,
Huh?
okay.
That's you got me an ugly sweater for Christmas.
Yeah. Okay.
You shouldn't have. Oh, you
Mm.
like it? No, you
You
shouldn't
shouldn't
have.
have. Right. Yeah, so but yeah, I mean, that's just me though. I'm quite sure people are still going to do them, but that's just me. I ain't nowhere in the world I would ever. So yeah, if y'all got clothes for Christmas, it's because somebody else dropped off gifts and y'all opened them up. Because even when y'all get clothes from somebody else and I see y'all open the box, I'll be looking like, okay, yep.
I see I got done dirty.
Yeah,
But like
exactly.
that might have been from one of the elder family members
Oh, it
just
definitely was. It was for
because
me.
maybe it was my memory being hazy, but I could have sworn one of them got some form of like a brown sweater.
And then too, I don't like buying y'all clothes. When y'all were little, okay, of course, I buy the clothes and y'all had no choice. Once y'all had free choice of what you wanted to wear, where you express the stuff I buy, y'all don't wear anyway. So it's like I start wasting my money. I start taking y'all to let you pick out your own crap. That way you wear it. Because if I pick it out and I be like, hey, what happened to that green shirt that I bought you? Oh yeah, I got it. I got it. Cause and then and then there's the fakery when I bring it home. Hey, do you like this? During the whole I can return it window. Oh yeah, I like it. You sure? Yeah. Are you gonna wear this? Yeah. And then 3 years later, hey, where's that green shirt that I bought you? You said you was gonna wear. Oh yeah, it's hanging up in my closet. Yeah, I'll wear it. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's yeah. And
And you never do.
in all honesty, I think it was just those moments where we were like, we don't want to hurt our feelings, but we didn't understand. Like,
The part that hurts my feelings is when you don't wear the shirt that I thought was gonna look totally cool on you. That's the hurt feelings part. Not the whole, oh, I'm just gonna take it. No.
hey,
Tell me.
live and learn. Because I mean, look, like it's another one of those like TV things where it's like you hear in like media or TV, like if you get someone a gift, they don't like it, then that person's gonna go upstairs and cry in their pillow. And I didn't want to imagine that, so it was like I didn't know, my fault.
Whatever.
But that's gonna be it for this day. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Tell us your favorite Muppet or Sesame Street character.
Yes. Abby Cadabby. That's what you're gonna say. You know what? I'll put it in the comments for you.
That's funny.
Oh, and Miss Piggy. Yeah, there you go. I got you.
I still enjoy Miss Piggy. I even like mimicked her at one point. I think because like we also saw her again doing like a whole like little beauty pageant thing, and I was like, oh, that's so nice. She's doing her whole thing,
It
telling
was
people.
actually a show.
Uh-huh.
Something the runway, Project Runway, I think it was, and Miss Piggy was on there and was
Yeah.
shoot. They was
Trying
designing
to make
outfits
outfits
for
for
her,
her, and I was
right?
like, oh, that's so nice.
But she is a fashion icon.
She is.
Yes.
So anyway, alrighty. Tune in next time for our next box of topics because you never know what you're gonna get.
Woo woo.